For spring break, we recently took a trip to London and Cardiff in the UK. A fun thing we learned is our surname Middleton is of Welsh descent. I had taken our oldest child to see the show Hamilton on a prior trip to London, so my husband took our youngest to Hadestown. They both said it was a great show. While they were at the show, I visited a sewing bucket list shop, Liberty of London. Liberty of London is located off Regent Street near Piccadilly Circus in the city of London. It is a huge six-floor department store that has a signature fabric collection. In the basement of the store, there's menswear, including clothing, accessories, shoes, and fragrance. On the ground floor where you walk in, there's bags, accessories, perfume, jewelry, sunglasses. The first floor has women's wear, designer clothes, vintage clothes, shoes. The second floor also has women's wear. They did have the Liberty collection, so it was women's clothing made from their fabric line, but it was quite pricey. I looked at one shirt and it was 150 pounds or so. They also have a restaurant. Here's a salon and a brow bar. I mean, this store is huge. On the third floor, they've got, cooking and dining, pots, pans, glasses, plateware. They had dress fabrics, haberdashery, home accessories, children's wear, stationery. And on the fourth floor, they had carpets and other home goods, throw pillow covers, textiles, Liberty fabric sheets and bedding. They had towels, and there was another restaurant there. The store was huge. I took the elevator up to the fourth floor, and that's where I started my adventure. Before I headed to the fabric section, I did check out some of the rugs that they had. On the fourth floor, they currently have a Bridgerton collection. They had decorations, bedding, clothing, and some fabric in this section. The Liberty Bridgerton fabrics didn't jump out to me, so I took the gorgeous staircase down one floor to the next level. In the center of the store, it is open with a beautiful multi-level display. I checked out everything else on the third floor, and then I entered the fabric notion section first. They had multiple clothing patterns on the wall. There was a table of classic notions. A wall of buttons of every color. They had a number of sewing books and hand embroidery kits. A big selection of cute patches and some more clothing patterns. There was a selection of pre-cuts with a rainbow of colors, all in the same floral pattern. They had some bundled fabric cuts. And there was two quilting fabric lines, both with a huge assortment of colors. And the quilting fabric was in meters, or by the meter, and it was 16.95 pounds for 1 meter. There was a small section of assorted like fruits and floral-like designs. Berries, lemons, roses were the patterns there. And that was all of the quilting fabrics. The largest selection of fabric they have is their apparel fabric. Most of it is their signature Tana lawn cotton, and they also had some silks. Tana lawn fabric ran about $29.95 for a meter, and that's pounds. Like I said, there was a small quilting selection, but if you make your own clothing, there's a huge variety of patterns and designs. And I happened to find a little remnant bin. I didn't get anything from that. After I picked up my fabric and had it cut, I wandered the other levels of the store, and there's many artistic displays throughout the store. Hello. So I am now home from my trip to London, and I have my goodie bag of what I actually got at the shop. Pretty much every level that you went to, there was cash registers around. And then they would package up whatever you got cut and then seal it up, so that probably helps control theft and everything by having it controlled. So let me unopen my little bag. I got 2 little packs. And here is my receipt. So the first thing is I did get 1 cut of the Tana lawn fabric. That fabric runs $29.95 British pounds per yard, or per meter, sorry. It's sealed up really nicely. I got it from their new collection, and let me show it to you. It's real pretty. I guess it's kind of sideways. It's like a tropical animal, kind of like a tulle, almost like a wallpaper type, is what I kind of thought. And let me see if it has the name on the bias or anything. It does. It is part of their, let's see if I can show you this, their Floral Rebellion collection that was new this year. It is really nice and soft. My plan for it is I'm going to make like a carry-on bag using one of the By Annie fabrics, and I thought this would be really neat to put on the inside. So this is what I got. And I asked for a yard, and then when she'd unrolled it, there was just a little bit left on the bolt, and so I asked how much was left, and it was another 0.59 or a meter. It was another 0.59 of a meter, and she said she would give me it at 1.5 meters, so that is what I got. So my 1.5 meters of that ended up being 44.93 pounds. Of goodies. So they had these little sets of 5 like pre-cut fabrics. This is the Tana lawn bundle. This is a 1 meter bundle, and it is 29.95 pounds. They also had a 2 meter bundle that was also 5 fabrics, but each one was bigger. Let me pull one out and actually see. I'm guessing they're all like 20 centimeters each. Okay, so this one is sitting right at 19 centimeters. But I got this one, kind of like blueberries. This one is little teeny tiny flowers and vines and leaves. And it looks like this is the exact same as the other one, the little berries, like blueberries or something. And then there's these little flowers on a blue background with some green leaves. And this white flowers on a like sky blue background. So I'm not sure what I plan to make with these, but this was just a little
sampler where I could get several patterns. Personal opinion, as you can see here, all the fabrics that they have are very busy in my mind. And there's a lot of florals, and I think that's probably I went with this one that had the 2 different berries, is I don't make a lot with florals. So, but nice little sampler that I can play with. I'm not sure if I said, yeah, the 1 meter sampler was 29.95 pounds, and the 2 meter sampler was like 50 something pounds. Then I got this little, it's by Alice Caroline, and it is 5-inch Liberty fabric squares with 20 different fabrics. It kind of shows you could do like a little patchwork quilt. You could use it for applique. And so I just got, since it did have a little variety of shades, it's got pinks and blues. And there are some designs in there that are kind of, there's one with stars and stuff. So I was kind of thinking I might make some one of those applique shirts or sweatshirts, and this would be a fun fabric to use for that. So this little 5-pack of 20-inch, this little 20-pack of 5-inch squares was 24.95 pounds. So kind of pricey. And then the last thing I got is a little retractable ruler. It has everything printed on pink. Uses one of the Liberty fabrics as a kind of cover. My previous ruler, the end piece had broken off. I kind of like this one. It's got a little fabric tab pull, and I may actually make a little tab for my broken one so that I can still use it, because I'm worried the tape measure is going to go into the base and disappear. So this little notion was 14.95 pounds as well. So in all, those 4 items I showed you, let's see if I can bring them to where you can see. So ruler, 1.5 yards of fabric, this little bundle, and this little bundle came to 114.78 pounds, and the US dollar is not quite as strong as the pound, so it ended up costing me about $150. So I'm glad I went. I got to go to the great shop, and it is known for being expensive. I'm not sure if I would go back there again, since a lot of the patterns are real floral heavy and dense. But I'm glad I went, and I would totally recommend that you go check out the bucket list of shops of Liberty of London the next time you're in London.